But we know no matter what, we'll always have the time. Talk about the wastelands, talk about the Lord, talk about surviving radiation storms, talk about the doubts, talk about the fears, talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.
Well, welcome everyone back to another great show, That Follow Show. I am Vendertron, your host, and joining me this evening is the wonderful, the beautiful Miss Shaline.
Hello, hello.
And unfortunately, we don't have Rick with us, guys. He's off carving pumpkins with his family and spending some much needed time with the fam dam. So we miss you, Rick. But he's here. His Fallout character is here in spirit. How you doing,
Where
Shaline?
did you find that?
Oh, I just, I walked into Google and I said, "Hey, you guys got any Fallout characters of Rick?" And they were like, "Sure, come with us on down to
Yeah,
Aisle
you always
9."
have had a good relationship with the Googles.
Yes, the Googles. They're great neighbors. Also, for those of you who were able to catch the intro, that is Mr. G's Fallout Through the Years
Mr. G
track.
and Bit Trip Riot.
Bit Trash Riot.
Bit Trash Riot.
Bit Trash
Apologies.
Riot. And so we thought we would use that intro instead this evening. And, well, we've got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, don't we, Shaline? We've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We do. We really do. We have a ton of news this week. And guys, I played Fallout 76 and I can talk about it. And boy, am I going to talk about it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but before we get into everything for the show tonight, we hope that you guys are all doing good and that you're joining us here live. If you're unable to join us live, don't worry. You can listen to the show live right after it gets posted to iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube, the YouTubes. And if you miss it on all of those venues, you can also come right back here to Twitch and find it in our video archive. Help us promote the show. We get a lot of feedback saying, "I didn't know you guys were back. I didn't know this show even existed." So if you know anybody who used to love, that show that we don't talk about, tell them about that Fallout show and come on down and bring them over to listening to one of the greatest corners of the interwebs.
We like to think so anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but oh my gosh. Is that made with peacock feathers? For our audio listeners, Shaline just whipped out this fabulous fan. That is the fan.
Yes, it's my biggest fan, actually.
Oh my gosh. Anyways. Yes, we've got some news, we've got some gameplay, we've got some challenge entries, and we have a pretty extensive list of listener emails. And because we are Rickless and Reckless, we are foregoing the lore for this episode of That Fallout Show, so please don't be mad at us, but we will bring you the promised and much anticipated third installment on our next episode.
Is it third or is it fourth?
It might be the fourth.
I think it's the fourth.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll talk some more about the Fallout Divergence in the future. But
yes, but
frankly, we didn't have Rick's Cliff Notes to work with. So
yes. But we do have some 5-star review shout outs. Shaline, do you wanna roll through those?
I really do. Thanks for asking. From Australia, the legendary Hen Hog has left us a 5-star review. Thank you. I'm tempted to bust into the fake accents, and I'm going to do it. Good eye, mate.
Oh, no.
Good on ya. There go all the Australian listeners. We love you. From the United States, a possible fan, that one volley guy, BHSVJ, Titters.
literally Titters.
Thank you all so much for leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you out there in listener land would like to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, you can have your very own shout out on this show.
Mm-hmm. And 5 stars.
Indeed, 5 stars.
We like 5 stars.
The number of the stars shall not be 4, unless that thou proceedest to 5.
So Shaline, how are you doing?
Terrible.
What?
This was an awful day.
What?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was an
no.
awful day. It was a total disaster.
Oh.
I was so stressed out. It was a really bad day.
Well, I'm sorry to
But
hear
it's
that.
better now that I'm here with you guys.
Well,
And,
of course.
yeah, it's Friday. I've got my San Pellegrino here. Busy water.
Life is good. I've got my tea.
Delicious.
I affixed a That Fallout Show sticker onto a plain white coffee mug. From another well-known and
I wonder what the other side of that mug looks like.
It's just blank, Shaline.
Really,
it's just blank. Yeah, it's totally just
Fantastic.
blank. There's no logos from another podcast whatsoever on the other side of this mug.
Indeed. How are you? More importantly,
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Today was an okay day. I slept in and then I realized that I have work to do. So I went to work and then my partner took me for a nice lunch.
Oh,
So,
that's lovely.
yeah, and then I ended the day early. So
Yeah.
and now I'm here sitting with you fine people.
I bought my office ladies lunch today at like 9:30 a.m. We were all hungry. So we had lunch at 9:30 a.m.
That's awesome. Hey man, I think meals should not be restricted to any times except like in the late night, but yeah. Anyways, I suppose that we should probably roll into some news, hey? I have the bumper.
Did you lose the bumper?
Where's my VLC? Maybe just do an interpretive dance
Da-da-dum,
for 5 minutes.
da-da-dum. If you love news, you're gonna love our next segment. Why, thank you, Mr. New Vegas. I do love news. And boy, have we got some news. So I wanted to talk about mods and private servers. So Fallout 76, they have advertised will feature mods, but mods are only going to run on private servers, reports Bethesda's Pete Hines. He said mod support is going to be tied to work that we're also doing on private servers and letting people do private servers. Mods will be a thing that run on private servers.
Okay.
He said that it's unlikely that Bethesda will ever allow mods to run on Fallout 76's multiplayer standard servers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you find the news there?
I got it. I rolled it up for you. You're good.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. So yeah, that's he says he doesn't foresee a universe in which we will allow players in public servers with their own unique and different mods. If you want to run mods, they'll have to be done on a private server. Furthermore, he doesn't foresee mods being supported by Fallout 76 until November 2019 at the soonest.
That is a incredibly specific prediction.
That's a year away.
November 2019.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be quite a ways away. They do have a lot of work to make mods and private servers happen on this game. But wow, that's a long time.
That is a long time. But you know what? I think that they are going to push a lot of updates. And people will be so consumed and so busy with the game that I don't really think that there will be a necessity for at least a year for mods.
Some people like mods right away. I don't know.
Yeah,
a lot of people
This is true.
love mods a lot more than we do.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the first mod that you want for Fallout 76? What is your dream mod?
Decor mod? I mean, obviously, I want to put rugs in my house.
I want a mod that is going to let me like decorate my house, but in a different way than you. Like when we find teddy bears and develop a teddy bear collection, I want to put those teddy bears in a shelf and I want to glue them in place so that when, Rick and Vendertron come blundering through my settlement, they're not going to just knock all the teddy bears off the walls.
Yeah, this is true. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? I would also like to see some sort of like environmental mod.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm discounting that the graphics are going to be terrible. But, some environmental enhancements would be cool.
Well, let me tell you, some of that vegetation is super flat.
Well, yeah. Do you think it's going to be better? Do you think it's going to be better for the full release?
No.
Oh.
No. I think they've said over and over again that the beta is the game. Mm-hmm. So I imagine the graphics will improve as time passes. They always do in a game that gets supported.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we will see any improvement on the flat vegetation in a while. So,
interesting.
So, moving on. This a lot of things are special here. Like this podcast, the hosts, pretty special.
What are you trying to
listeners,
say?
Very special. But you know what? Speaking of specials, we are not going to be able to respec our specials in Fallout 76.
Oh.
Yes. A fan on Twitter asked good old Pete Hines at DC Deacon if, when he reaches level 50 and has spent all his special points, if he feels unhappy with his character build, can he respec or does he need to start from scratch? And Pete Hines answered, you cannot respec your specials. So make those decisions carefully. Do not take it lightly because you will have to live with those special choices.
Oh my gosh. How is your distribution going to go?
I have no idea. I'm a trash fire when I build a character. Like, God, so we've got history doing Fallout podcasts, right? And we always get people asking us stuff like, hey, character builds and what's your favorite build for melee and what's the best build for guys. I'm not an expert at character builds. I'm just not. I go a little bit by what I need right now. I'll see something and think, hey, if I add another couple of points into this, then I can get this perk. And that's how I make my choice. Mm-hmm. Or I think I need to carry more hats. I'm over encumbered all the time. I can't carry all my hats. I'm going to throw a point into strength. So that's basically how I make my choices.
Yeah. I don't know. See, for me, it usually starts out as like, what kind of character do I want to play? And then I really base it on that. And I try to stick to that route because that also influences how I choose dialogue and elements of the storyline as well. So, mic is super quiet. Let me up that for you. Sorry. Much better. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping that I don't know. We'll see.
I'll do something like that on a second or third playthrough, but my first playthrough is usually very unstructured, just very silly.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Gosh, just
like I would love to just be like, team up with somebody who has a similar special attributes like you, maybe. I think you and I would have the same special attributes.
Probably pretty similar.
Like all intelligence. Completely all intelligence.
Okay, I don't know about that. You would probably have good intelligence. And I honestly, I think my specials would be like pretty low across the board. I'd be like
set
like
your standards low so you won't be disappointed.
Oh man. Well, so the state of West Virginia, we're going to be spending a lot of time there after Fallout 76 launches. And they have announced a partnership for their tourism campaign, and it is Bethesda Softworks.
Oh.
So, yeah, they thought this was a great opportunity to introduce the state of West Virginia to some new people who maybe wouldn't be interested in visiting the state otherwise.
Man.
West Virginia's governor, Jim Justice. What a name, Jim Justice.
Jim Justice. That's going to be the name of my next Fallout character.
I absolutely think it should be. I really do. Jim Justice.
Jim Justice.
Jim Justice, the mayor of the governor of West Virginia, said, "It's finally time the rest of the world sees what a gem West Virginia is. For years, I've been saying we have it all. Beautiful scenery, the best people you could ask for, and more. And now we get to share a piece of that with people all over the world through the unique lens of this video game." And I love that. I just, that's fantastic. I mean, not a lot of states would react that way to having a Fallout game set in their state, because Fallout ruins things before you go there. It's kind of the point of the game.
Yeah.
So that's a very positive outlook.
I feel like Bethesda is just taking over America one state at a time. And
yeah.
I mean they've got like so much material to work with if they're using various US states as their backdrop for their next game.
Lovely.
I'd love to see like a Fallout, I don't know, Fallout New Mexico.
I would love Fallout New Mexico. The thing is with New Mexico, like I think I've said this before, but New Mexico, like you wouldn't have to do a ton of work to make it look like a bomb had dropped.
Fallout Alaska.
Yeah. I love my state so much, guys. Like I would never live anywhere else. But really, you wouldn't have to do that much to make it look apocalypse. They filmed the Book of Eli like 40 minutes from where I live.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
They did not have to do much to make that an apocalypse.
That's cool. That's cool. I'd like to see Fallout Canada.
Fallout Canada?
Yeah.
Like a rad moose?
Yeah. Rad mooses. And like you have to like tap trees for maple syrup to make,
Oh my goodness, that would be incredible. It would be rad syrup.
Rad syrup, yeah.
That would be so good.
Oh man.
I love it. So like I can't do a good segue for this. Bethesda has introduced some of the game's factions via Twitter. And I'm just going to read you guys some of these tweets here. So the Brotherhood of Steel will feature in Fallout 76. And they stated, in November of 2077, a month after the Great War, Army Captain Roger Maxon arrived with survivors at the Californian bunker of Lost Hills. There he formed the Brotherhood of Steel, who used a functioning satellite to extend their reach across America, all the way to Appalachia.
Interesting.
And some Fallout fans took exception with this. They considered it a retcon.
Okay.
I don't really feel like it is a retcon. I think adding new lore that we didn't know yet is not a retcon. Mm-hmm. They own the property. They can write new lore.
Yep. Well, I mean, what would you do? What would you do if you were Brotherhood of Steel?
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Just use a satellite.
You know what I wish? I don't know. I want NPCs so badly, Shaline.
I know.
I can't talk about it. Move on to the next thing.
Raiders. Ruthless, selfish, bloodthirsty. Since the day that the bombs dropped, raiders have been the scourge of the wasteland. In Appalachia, Rose is their enigmatic leader. But who is she? And what does she hope to gain as she watches the carnage from her roost on the top of the world? And this included a photo of a character
Mhm.
And I'm assuming that that was like a player's story, you know, like a player's story, because you know, no NPCs.
Well, exactly, right?
Yeah. That one struck me as a little strange. Like, of course there are raiders in the world, you know, there are always going to be raiders.
Mhm. The top of the world, is that are they making reference to that structure that's in Nuka World?
Maybe.
Cuz I think
the top grill.
yeah, cuz I think I saw that in the some of the trailer
Mm-hmm.
and some of the beta gameplay that came out last week.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what exactly happens with this. Are we going to find like a corpse of Rose, or what? You know, is that just a straight up a player's story? I don't know.
Oh man.
I tend to fall on the side that it was a player's story.
I love how everyone in the chat is still in Canada mode and they're talking about bacon and gravy on everything and poutine.
I can go for that. I'm up for it. The responders. All across America, they were the first to run into danger. The brave firefighters, police officers, and medical professionals who selflessly served their communities. After the bombs fell, they formed the responders. Their mission? Help each other, no matter the cost.
I feel like that would be a faction that I would have.
Oh yeah, that would be like, that's the vendor faction right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a cross between like the Minutemen and the followers of the apocalypse.
What was that faction just outside in Freeside with
The followers of the apocalypse.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought it was something else.
The Arcade Gannon group?
Yeah, Arcade Gannon. Yeah. He's my favorite.
I like the idea of the responders because, you know, that would happen if there was an apocalypse. The first responders would be there, you know, trying to help people. They're amazing people, you know, that do these professions. I have nothing but respect for people that are in these professions. I can't imagine. But anyways, I love that they included that.
What else you got on the list, Shaline?
The Free States. On October 23rd, 2077, the world was plunged into nuclear war. But what if you expected the worst and planned for it? In Appalachia, a group of doomsday preppers did exactly that. Organized as the Free States, they holed up in their bunkers and survived, at least for a while.
Interesting.
Oh, I can't wait to find these locations and see the stories. I can't wait. So excited. I love that idea for a faction of preppers, because, like, you know, there's a little bit of prepper in every Fallout fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. There's a little bit of prepper in every Fallout fan.
I would wager, I guess, that every Fallout player at some day or another through their Fallout career has developed or thought about putting together some sort of kit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Absolutely. And last but not least, the Enclave. I really missed the Enclave in Fallout 4, and they're back in Fallout 76. Just before the bombs fell, U.S. leadership relocated to a remote oil rig off the coast of San Francisco. The Enclave's mission: to reestablish governmental control of America from key locations, like a secret bunker hidden somewhere deep in Appalachia.
Oh, I just love it.
I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited to see the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel and see all of this environmental storytelling.
Yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. I'm excited.
Very, very stoked.
Well, you know, Shaline, Jess, she sends her regards. She wanted to call in. She's at TwitchCon 2018 as we speak. She wanted to call in to the show and just kind of share the experience there. Bethesda's going to be there this year, which is pretty amazing. And I believe that they're on the docket all 3 days. Do we have a schedule for TwitchCon? Do you know?
We do. Bethesda will be streaming from TwitchCon on Friday. That's today. Well, those are all already over. Never mind. On Saturday, October 27th, they'll be streaming Quake Champions. from 10:30 to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Fallout 76 from 2:30 to 4 Pacific.
Oh, okay.
On Sunday, The Elder Scrolls Legends from 10:30 to 12:30, and Fallout 76 from 2:30 to 4, again Pacific.
Very cool. And so Jess actually sent us some pictures because she wasn't able to call in. So I just wanted to share them with you guys. This is the first one here. So this is the Fallout Sings. I don't know what that really means.
Twitch
Sings? It must be like a karaoke station or something at TwitchCon. So she sent us that. She also sent us this picture. It's a little bit small for you guys to see. I'll just make it a little bit bigger maybe. It says, everybody get in here on the TwitchCon 2018 sign.
Oh, that's funny.
And the people, she says, I don't call it TwitchCon, I call it LineCon. She said that she's literally been standing in lineups all day long today.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and there's a awesome shot of her TwitchCon 2018 badge with the GameStack sticker on it. And guys, if you want to get yourself a GameStack sticker and you're at TwitchCon, just seek out Kern Jess, and she'll be wearing her badge. You can find stickers and get that Fallout Show sticker and some other cool swag from her as well. So
very, very cool. Thanks for representing us, Jess.
Yes, thank you, Jess, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your vacation.
We hope you have all the fun.
So what's next on our docket?
Fallout 76, the first public experience of Fallout 76 was the Xbox stress test, right?
Yes.
And one of the conditions for the stress test was that it was under an NDA. You couldn't post video or screenshots. You couldn't really talk about or review the game. And some people did, of course, they did. And a Redditor posted that a friend of theirs had put up a 1.5 minute gameplay video. They posted it to Twitter. And that person's Twitter account was suspended.
Oh no.
So was their Xbox Live, their Game Pass, and Xbox Insider subscriptions.
Tisk.
And the account takedown was all caused by Bethesda. Their Twitter account was reinstated, but their Xbox accounts were not.
Oh man.
Yeah. And they won't be allowed to access the beta again until the 25th of October, it says. But Microsoft has suspended Xbox Live Gold, Game Pass, and Xbox Insider until January 1st, 2019.
So how did he leak it?
He posted a video on Twitter.
Oh. Wow, that's really stupid.
Yeah, so take those NDAs seriously, guys. Read what you agree to.
Yeah.
Take it seriously.
Yeah. 4 Mile says, that's one heck of a sticker on your mic. Don't you love it?
It's really
beautiful.
good. It's
also, do you like my makeshift Fallout Show mug? I literally just put a sticker on a coffee mug, you guys.
Just beautiful.
We're not selling merch, so we make our own.
Yeah. It's I need to get us like a PO box so we can send out stickers.
Yeah, I have yeah. I've been getting a few requests for stickers.
You could send us like a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Yeah.
So I'll get to work on that. I work in the post office. I should be able to get us a PO box.
Cool.
So that was a long, dramatic bit of nonsense right there. And you know what else was long and drawn out? The legal battle between Oculus and ZeniMax.
Oh.
Yeah, this has been going on for, I believe, years now.
Yeah, and I believe we've talked about this before in the show, yeah?
We have, and the last time that we talked about it, we thought it had been settled. The $500 million settlement had been slashed to $250 million in the favor of Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought this was all over. We thought it was all over, but it's not. They are continuing to fight back against this settlement. And the news of the day is that John Carmack, who once was the head of id Softworks, now owned by Bethesda, and left that company to work with Oculus. He is the sort of the linchpin of this legal battle. They're saying that, just a refresher, Bethesda claims that Carmack took technology that belonged to Bethesda and used it with Oculus. So he has backed out of this legal dispute. He and ZeniMax have released all claims against each other. That does not mean that the dispute with Oculus is over, though. That's still going forward. So
Really?
yes.
Okay. Well,
There is no job security quite like being a lawyer for Bethesda.
man, Bethesda, they are such a powerful force. And only getting more powerful.
So before the beta began, we're recording this a couple of days after the first beta experience. Before the beta began, Bethesda posted a letter to set player expectations. I thought it was a bit of an odd letter. I'd like to just read it to you guys.
Okay. Which naturally none of us really listened to.
As a development studio, we've taken a lot of journeys. We've tried not to repeat ourselves, yet all our games have a similar DNA. In 2015, we decided to try something very new and very scary for us. Take one of our worlds and make it online only. Once the idea of Fallout Online survival games stuck, there was no turning back, but still some worry and questions. Will people want this from Fallout? Will they want it from us? How the hell are we going to make this? And what exactly is this?
Mm-hmm.
Since that time, we've grown to 4 studios across North America and built a game world 4 times the size of our last. We developed all new technologies and services while bending older technology to do things we didn't think it could. We pushed ourselves in new ways that surprised even us. Our worlds, whether it be Fallout, Elder Scrolls, or the coming Starfield, are important places to us. We do everything we can to treat them with care. We know they mean just as much to you, that the time you spend in them is important, and you want each time you experience one to be special and all it can be. And that with Fallout 76, you too are left wondering, what exactly is this? And the answer to that question, more than any game we've made, is, that's up to you. With our beta starting tomorrow, it's finally time for Fallout 76 to begin its real journey, because it's all of you who will truly bring life to the world. Usually after years of development, we finally finish, release the game, and take a break. With 76, we feel we have not finished, but reached a starting line where all new work begins. We all know the scale of our games and the systems we let you see, that unforeseen bugs and issues always come up. Given what we're doing with 76, we know we're opening everyone up to all new spectacular issues none of us have encountered. Some we're aware of, such as areas where performance needs to improve with lots of players. Others we surely don't. We need your help finding them and advice on what's important to fix. We'll address all of it now and after launch. We can't thank all of you enough for your support over the years and your support while we try something new. It's incredibly exciting to finally jump into the world of Fallout and experience it together with you. This is just the start. We can't wait to see you out there, Bethesda Game Studios.
Okay, so, and I quote, how the hell are we going to do this? We know that this came from Todd's desk. We know that this came off of Todd Howard's desk of Todd. This is him. This is his words. I love how his delivery in such things is always so gauche. Like at the what was it, the panel? He was like, we are gonna take care of those assholes. And I was like, you are a national television. Oh man. I think that a piece of correspondence like this is necessary for the beta. I don't think Bethesda had to do this. I think they did this out of the kindness of their hearts. And I think they were also saving maybe a little bit of PR because people were probably going to bash the beta quite badly. But I don't think a letter to gamers is the most effective strategy for communication.
Right. I agree with that. And I thought the tone of it was a little odd. I felt like they maybe should have taken a somewhat more optimistic track.
I feel like
Instead
maybe
of
this
saying,
is
hey guys, there's gonna be problems.
Do you think
lots
that
and lots of problems? It's Bethesda. We expect problems.
did this letter came out before the beta, right?
Yes.
Not in response to players' expectations.
Before the beta.
So it's not a
That's why I thought
knee-jerk
it was
letter.
odd.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's not a knee-jerk letter, but still, I mean, Bethesda is a powerhouse for design. Could they not have made a flashy Fallout themed commercial about educating people on how to react to the beta? Like, I don't know. I think it's still worth some merit that they sent it out, but I just
Very sincere, for sure. I think it comes from a really sincere place. But I'm not sure it was the best idea to be like, hey guys, are you excited for the beta?
yeah.
It might be bad. Don't hate us if it's bad.
And like that's the thing, like even at the panel, like they were like, guys, it's gonna be terrible. Expect it to be bad. That's what betas are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we have
it's different though, because they've subverted the meaning of beta. They really have.
They have.
A beta is a thing that happens well before the game, when you have time to make balance changes to the game. This is early access.
Yeah.
It's not a beta.
Yeah.
It's just not.
See, now we're going to start seeing Delta versions and Theta versions.
I feel like industry-wide in gaming, it's this early access thing is becoming a problem.
It's a real issue. Yeah.
I wish companies would finish games sometimes before they put them out.
And I think that this is part of the reason why people are so salty about the beta is because historically with other games, betas come out and they are so crappy, but then they get better and they get so good but they don't ever go into full access or alpha.
Yeah.
So then they just stay as a beta game, and then people new coming in play it as a beta and they think, wow, this is really great. So then, Bethesda's trying to use it as an actual beta as it should, and people have these high expectations for it to be great, but it's just, I don't know.
They sold us a beta, but they've delivered something else. It's an early access. It's not a beta. So
well, anyways, I think there's a dead horse around here we can keep beating, but
exactly. Poor horse.
What?
Now I want to play Red Dead Redemption.
So let's get away from some bad things about Bethesda. What are some good things about Bethesda, Shaline?
Merch! I love Fallout stuff. I love it. I have no self-control when it comes to buying Fallout stuff. She says, wearing her Fallout headset while using her Fallout mouse on her Fallout mousepad.
Oh my gosh.
Sitting in front of shelves full of Fallout things. I love Fallout. Oh, I have my Fallout Xbox.
We all have a shelf of Fallout things. We all have a shelf full of Fallout things. Yeah.
We do. I love Fallout things,
oh,
guys.
I forgot. I gotta tell you. Okay, keep talking. I'm just gonna get it. I'll be right back.
Okay. So while Vendor takes a little breaky break, we're going to talk about some of the new things that have come to the Fallout store at gear.bethesda.net. Oh, hey! Vendor has got a brand new shiny Pip-Boy.
I bought a Pip-Boy, Shaline. Talking about Fallout merch. Ta-da! It's just a really crappy, like, the screen, like, to switch to the next thing, you have to, like, tilt it and the light hits it just right, you know?
That is so cool.
I bought it at one of those Halloween.
Never make that sound again.
I bought it at one of those Halloween spirit stores.
Yeah.
For like $20, but yeah.
That's great.
Anyways,
that's really great. So in the Fallout store online, we've got some fabulous new items. We have special Vault Boy holiday ornaments for $40.
I saw those. Yeah, I like them. I wonder how tall they are.
I don't know. Let's have a little click through and look.
Oh yeah, I guess I could click on the link.
3 inches tall.
3 inches.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've got a Fallout 76 Vault Boy Cable Guys 8-inch phone and controller holder.
Oh my god, I need
Isn't that
that.
fantastic?
I need that.
It's a little Vault Boy with his arms outstretched, and he'll hold your controller
Oh.
or your phone or whatever.
Oh, let me see
Probably
if I can
a tablet too.
pull it up for our people.
That's
Keep going through the
$20
list.
right now. It's on sale. You can pre-order a Vault 76 bathrobe. It looks like about a knee-length robe. $76 for that. I think that's a little pricey.
Yeah.
There's a Vault 76 lounge pants available for $40. A T51 Power Armor speaker, which is gorgeous. And I saw it and I thought, yeah, I want that. That's gorgeous.
That's pretty rad.
I clicked through expecting it to be somewhere between $50 and $70,
Mhm.
and it's $175 on sale.
Wow.
The full price is $200. No, not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love your Fallout merch, but no.
I find some of their stuff is just so crazy expensive, especially the stuff that's like casted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The monthly tee is a Great War themed tee. It has a figure in power armor with an American flag behind it, a Fallout American flag, to be clear. A limited Vault Boy Salute fig pin. What is a fig pin? Do you think?
Ooh. Fig pin is just a different clasp on the back. It's like a
Oh,
plastic.
that's fabulous.
It's like a safer pin. Yeah.
See, I would prefer that because I'm like violently allergic to fake metals, like anything with nickel in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I get blisters. It's horrible. So this is a pin that I could wear like on a shirt instead of having to only wear it on a vest or a backpack.
Okay, so this model.
The Enclave hoodie model?
So creepy. I'm just gonna keep scrolling.
He's wearing an Enclave hoodie. It costs $60. And there are a couple of stainless steel water bottles. One is Nuka-Cola and one is Vault 76. And I think they're beautiful. And I think I'm going to buy one.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
$60.
those are real nice.
I think the Vault 76 one.
I hope that they're like actual Swell brand, though.
Yeah.
Do you think
Does
that they
matter?
are?
I don't know.
Well, this particular design, this bottle design, was originally designed by Swell. And so they have kind of the patent on the actual... like the good, the well-made design with the vacuum.
Well, I'm
and stuff.
sure that this is like Schwell.
Oh, that's good. Oh no.
There's a Nuka Dark Steel Growler.
That's cool.
Yeah. Vault Boy LED light. Please stand by mouse pad, and that's all the stuff that's really super new.
I like the mouse pad, but damn, it's huge.
It is. These Bethesda mouse pads are huge, but like they're really good mouse pads. Like here's mine.
Has your mouse pad curled yet?
No.
Oh, that's good.
It's really
Is it
good.
like good quality? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm very pleased with it. It's really good. Really good. Alrighty. That's that.
Cool.
So speaking of things that I've been like just coveting and waiting for, the PC specs for Fallout 76 are out. Please pardon me while I scroll to the bottom of the page. So the minimum requirements for Fallout 76 on PC: 64-bit processor and operating system, Windows OS 7, 8, 10, 64-bit OS required, processor Intel Core i5 6600K 3.5 gigahertz or AMD Ryzen 3 1300X 3.5 gigahertz or equivalent. When they first posted this, they had posted an i7 and I was nervous because I'm running an i5.
Oh, okay.
Minimum graphics card, NVIDIA GTX 780 3GB or an AMD Radeon R9 285 2GB or equivalent. Memory, 8 gigs of RAM and 60 gigs of free disk space. And the recommended specs are a processor Intel Core i7 4790 3.6 gigahertz, AMD Ryzen 5 1500X 3.5 gigahertz.
Okay.
recommended graphics, NVIDIA GTX 970 4 gigabytes and AMD R9 290X 4 gigabytes. And memory is the same, 8 gigs of RAM or 60 gigs of 3 disk space for storage.
Okay. Well, my system can run it, definitely. What about yours?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So, my graphics is much better than the recommended. And I have an i5. I forget which i5 I'm running. I have 16 gigs of RAM, and I'll have plenty of storage. So I should be okay.
Sweet.
We'll see if I can stream it. I was never able to easily stream Fallout 4. So probably I won't be able to stream 76 either.
Fallout 4 on PC, hey? Yeah.
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 We'll see.
We'll see. Well.
So guys, I think I threw a little fit on this podcast, like in one of the first episodes, saying that I didn't want to really talk about mods anymore because we talk about the mods and we talk about the mods and we talk about the mods. And the mods never come out.
They never come.
I was tired of it. I was tired of talking about these mods that never came.
She's getting mad.
Guess what, guys? Fallout New California has come.
Really?
Yes. Fallout New California is finally releasing. I'm very excited. Very excited.
What?
I didn't have time to watch the trailer before the show, but this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. They're running a beta that I think is available now, and their version 1.0 will go live December 14th or 15th.
Cool.
So,
and this is a
it is a
fan-made
Vegas mod.
Fan-made.
Fan-made.
Oh man. See, now I gotta get Fallout New Vegas for PC.
Yeah.
Because I'm
really
assuming it's a PC mod, yes?
It is a PC mod, yeah. On New Vegas, they're only
New
PC
Vegas.
mods.
New Vegas is my favorite, Shaline.
Mm-hmm. And it's basically an entirely new game, just built in the engine.
Right?
So.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They must have been working on that for a long time.
They were. We reported on Fallout New California on the show that shall not be named.
It's kind of bad time to announce this, though.
Yeah. The same thing kind of happened with another noteworthy mod, I believe, at the launch of.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe it is a good thing. Maybe it's a good time.
Yeah.
Like
well,
if Fallout 76 is a flop.
You know they're gonna pick up all the people that are not interested in.
This is true.
In a multiplayer experience,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's a single player experience with Fallout New California. So
I wonder how buggy it is.
I don't know. Who knows? I haven't followed it because I was frankly like disgusted by these mods that never came out. I was just so frustrated that I've not been following it.
So much salt.
Well, we would cover them over and over and over and just.
Oh, the humanity.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of humanity, there's a habitat for that.
Oh.
Yeah, and Bethesda has done some charity work with Habitat for Humanity before.
Mm-hmm.
You may recall they posted the cover of John Denver's Country Roads to iTunes and gave all of the proceeds to Habitats for Humanity.
Fantastic.
Well, now they're doing some more work with Habitat for Humanity. It's called Helmets for Habitat Benefit Auction. And this is really, really great. People have a chance to bid on 77 different T-51 Power Armor helmets. It's the same helmet that comes with the Power Armor Edition, but they've been personalized by artists and cosplayers. And
Neat.
Some of them are incredible. Click the link, Vendor, and see what some of these helmets look like. They're really incredible.
Oh, that's okay. Let me see if I can pull this up here for the lovely people.
The helmets are on display at the Microsoft store on 5th Avenue. So if you happen to live in New York City, you could visit the Microsoft store on 5th Avenue and have a look at these helmets. The auction will be live until 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the 14th of November, Fallout 76's launch day. And you have 20 days to bid on any of the helmets that you may be interested in. Many of them have exceeded
Wow.
$100. I'm sure that they will go for far more than that.
Look at that, he.
Aren't they gorgeous?
That's cool. And it's going to a good cause, right?
Oh, yes.
So.
A very worthy cause. Very worthy cause indeed.
Neat. Are you going to bid?
No. I've spent so much money.
I'd like to actually, I would like to like watch or see the auction happen.
I think it's like a silent auction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hopefully we can talk about the results of that auction and find out how much money they were able to raise.
Yes, I'm sure they will share that. So they have released some upcoming beta times for Fallout 76's beta. On Xbox One only, October 27th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
On October 28th for Xbox One only, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And for everyone, Xbox One, PC, and PS4, on October 30th, you can play from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. On November 1st, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On November 3rd, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And on November 4th, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. These times are, of course, subject to change depending on what issues are encountered during the beta. So,
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
That's the end of our news. Why don't we get on to some gameplay?
Tell me about your gameplay, Vendor.
I actually rolled the bumper successfully.
Nice.
Rick would be so proud.
Nice.
I haven't played any Fallout. I've been itching to play some Fallout actually just today, so I might hop into it this weekend. I did buy the Pip-Boy. I have my first Pip-Boy ever. It's pretty. It's kind of garbage actually. It's really cheap. But I've got a Fallout show sticker on it. And
yes, the only way to wear a Pip-Boy.
And the only way to wear your Pip-Boy. And I actually think I'm going to paint it up. I'm gonna paint it up. I'm gonna take all of these little knobs and stuff off, and put a little, find a way that they can turn and stuff, and maybe try to get some lights into it or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's
Because
great.
on the back side, like on the inside, there's this, like you can actually kind of take it apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this comes off, and I think that there's probably some room back there, so I can do
So
some
is that
wiring.
like foam? Is that like the same as the Pip-Boy that came with Fallout 4?
Foam. There's
Yeah, on the inside of it?
there's no foam. It's hard plastic.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah. The only thing that's flexible on it is this rubber wire here for the power cell.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, so that's cool. And if you guys are looking to pick up a cheap version of the Pip-Boy, you can do so by going down to your local Spirit Halloween. That is, we are not sponsored by them by any means. But that's where I found it. So, and I need to talk about purchasing Fallout 76 because, Shaline, as we speak, I am preloading Fallout 76.
Yes, finally.
Yes. What a nightmare. It has been a total nightmare trying to get this game. So this is the series of events that I've gone through. So first, I tried to go to the Bethesda website and purchase the game to pre-order. I was told at checkout that the game is not available for pre-order outside of the US. I'm like, what? That's stupid. So then I went to GameStop and Best Buy, and I was like juggling around buying pre-order. I was trying to look for a digital copy. Couldn't find one anywhere. Then on the EB Games website, I was able to find a digital copy. So I found it, ordered it, got my confirmation email 3 days later, and it said that it was a physical copy. So I had to,
Nice.
so I emailed them. I'm like, what's going on? Like when I ordered this and it shows in my order history that it's a digital copy and the email confirmation says that it's a physical copy. So like, I just don't understand what's going on. And they were like, oh, it looks like you ordered a physical copy. I'm sorry, we can't do anything more for you. And I'm like, okay, so I just canceled my order. And then I went back to the Bethesda website. Because you had said something about the launcher, the Bethesda launcher.
Yes.
So when I went back to the website, they had redesigned their entire website. It was different.
Yes.
So they launched a new website from the first time that I tried to buy the game to this time. And I was no longer getting the error message or the message that it was only available for pre-order in the United States. So I thought, great, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Couldn't find a digital copy of it anywhere because the digital store is totally separate. It's a separate thing, thanks to Shaline, who pointed that out for me. So I went to the digital store, and I was able to find the Tricentennial Edition, got it into my cart, got to the checkout screen, went to click continue, nothing happened. To move to the next thing where you put in your billing information, click continue, nothing happened. Tried a different computer, click continue, still nothing happened. Tried a different web browser, nothing. So then I logged a ticket with Bethesda support, and they sent me an email back, and they were like, oh, okay, well, can you send us a screenshot of what you're seeing so we know where to take a look? And so I sent them a screenshot. They send me an email back, and they're like, oh, we're not able to view the screenshot. So then I'm like, okay. So I sent it to them as, well, the first time I sent it to them as a PNG. I don't know why you can't open a PNG, Bethesda support people, but you're supposed to be able to provide support.
That's pretty odd.
If you can't open a PNG file, then what are you doing there? That's beside the point. So I sent them a JPEG. Now I sent them a JPEG. I get another email back. We are unable to open the attachment that you sent. Please send us. I'm like, for the love of Christ. So I made a PDF. I made a PDF of my screenshot and I sent it to them. And then I get this message back from, I won't say her name, over at Bethesda support. And she's like, oh, thanks for contacting Bethesda support. I'm going to help you through this. She's like, so what appears to be the issue? And I'm like, okay, I sent you the screenshot. The screenshot that's there, I can't get past that screen. I can't get past the continue button. It's still locked. Nothing happens. I click continue and nothing happens. I want to buy this game. Why won't you take my money? You know? And she sends an email back and she's like, oh, well, if you just go to your order history, you can see where you made your purchase and you'll be able to redeem your beta code that way. And I'm like, what? No. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even buy the game yet. I just want to buy the game. Like, what do you do? Like, oh my God. And so I emailed back and I'm like, okay, I need to be very clear on this. And then in caps lock, I have not purchased the game yet. I do not have a beta code. I just want to buy the game and I can't get past this screen. Anyways, somebody over there must have taken a look at where this is happening, because when I went back to try and make the purchase again this evening, it worked.
Yay.
But it wasn't that you click continue and go to the next page, okay? And I'm not saying that I missed this the first time, but I was able to scroll down on that same checkout page and all the billing information was there. So I don't know what they did, but before I wasn't able to scroll down. I wasn't able to do anything. There was nothing there. So I filled out my billing information. I was able to purchase the game, got the Bethesda launcher. It's currently preloading the game right now. I don't even know how I'm running the stream. I probably should have paused the load in, but so that's the journey. And it's
quite a journey.
It's been incredibly frustrating. And I don't know, nobody at Bethesda is probably listening to this, but redesigning and changing your website mid or on the eve of a video game launch is probably not the best idea. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. Anyways. But actually, now that I think of it, I've had issues with the Bethesda store before. when they had that. Remember they had that flash sale, and I wanted
Yes!
to buy those pins, and I couldn't check
I had
out.
to buy them for you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you buy them. I
So
remember that.
so I wonder if there's issues with the Bethesda store and being in Canada, maybe.
I think there are issues with the Bethesda store and being on Earth, actually.
Oh man. Anyways.
Back in the day, we Rick and I ordered a case of Funko Mystery Minis. And we were going to use 2 of them as prizes on the show.
Yeah.
And the rest of them we were just going to open and have them.
Okay. Yep.
So we ordered a case of Mystery Minis, and I think I also ordered a mug or something. And they came to my house. I opened the box. I'm all happy. I'm like, this is kind of a small box. And I open it, and it contains like my mug or whatever, and a single Mystery Mini. A single one. And I was like, this was a $96 figurine.
What?
Yeah, I look at the shipping information, and it says, yeah, a case of Mystery Minis. So I contact the Bethesda store, and I'm like, hey guys, I ordered a case and I got a single one. And they're like, oh, hey, that's too bad. And I never hear from them again.
What?
And I keep sending them emails. I keep calling because we wanted to give out these prizes, right?
Yeah,
like it wasn't even just for Rick and I. We wanted to give them these prizes.
Yeah.
And I just keep pestering them like every day. I'm like, you guys, like you've got to make this right.
Yeah.
And then Pete Hines got tagged in a tweet about it. And he stepped in. And the next day they shipped out a case of Mystery Minis.
Oh, man.
But like the
What's
vice
going
president
on?
of the company should not have to step in to deal with a customer support issue,
Well, and like to go back to the emails, right? So this girl sent me this email about the beta, and then I sent them an email saying, no, I don't have the beta. I haven't purchased the game yet. This is the issue, reinstated for the 3rd time. Then I get an email from Phil at Bethesda Support with the exact same canned answer. If you go to your order history, you can click on the game that you purchased and pull up the beta code. And I'm like,
that's like potentially not even human.
I'm like, okay, so you're not even reading my email. You're not even reading my response.
Wow.
I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just a bunch of robots. Robots are lazy, man.
I've had multiple bad experiences with the Bethesda store. That's the worst experience I've had, but not the only bad experience I've had.
But like I've ordered stuff from them. Like I've ordered bobbleheads and stuff, and I haven't had any issues.
Yeah,
So...
I mean, maybe it's just like a percentage. Like it's just like, of course I'm gonna have issues because I order so much.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I still love Bethesda merchandise, but god damn it, you guys, up your quality assurance.
Exactly.
Anyways, Shaline, what have you been playing?
I played the beta. I played Fallout 76.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Oh, okay, tell me all about it. Go.
Okay, guys. So, no spoilers to start off with. I haven't even played much of the game, so like I can't really do spoilers. I didn't play much of the story.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
But I want you guys to feel free to ask me questions. Vendor, ask me questions if you have any, and chat, feel free to ask me questions as well.
Okay.
So, overview, just kind of a general overview before we get into like story time.
Okay.
There is a main story, that's a question that some people had. Is there like a story? Yes, there is. I don't really care about it a ton so far, but to be fair, I haven't been super interested in any of Bethesda's main stories really ever. Yeah.
You're a big fan of the side quests.
Side content is much more interesting to me than the main quest. There are indeed no human NPCs. There are robot NPCs, however.
Yes.
Plenty of them. And some of them are super charming and super memorable. However, there are no dialogue options to converse with them. This isn't... I'm just bringing it up. And that makes it feel a little hollow sometimes, not being... I miss that a lot. There are tons of quests, tons and tons of quests and things to do. Main quests, side quests, timed events, all kinds of things to do. You can get some quests just from finding an area. You can get some quests from the robot NPCs, from computers, from terminals, from finding a note inside a busted up refrigerator. I think it's not going to be much of an RPG, except in terms of like your own headcanon with your character. But I don't. That's kind of a misnomer, because RPG means different things to different people.
Yeah.
To me, one of the main tenets behind playing an RPG is the ability to spec out your character, and that's absolutely present in Fallout 76. You know, the ability to create your own unique character with its own unique specs. But in terms of story, I think it's going to be a little harder to role play, maybe.
Feldon Woodwin has a question.
Go ahead.
They're asking, what is the airspeed velocity of an air-laden swallow carrying a coconut?
African or European?
But a more a legitimate question. Moxie8 says, I don't like my username and I would like to have a different one. So I guess you can't even create more than one character?
No, you can create more characters, I'm sure. Can't you?
Did you try? I guess you didn't try.
Interesting.
I wonder if you can't.
If you don't like your name, though, I would think you could change that.
Because traditionally with online games, your character is your character. It's tied to your login, right?
Well, not necessarily. Like, I have like 4 Division characters.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know.
Anyways.
I've played the game solo, and it felt like I was playing a Fallout game. I've played the game co-op with more than one person, and it felt like Fallout with friends each time. You know, it felt like Fallout to me. The things that are the most important to me in Fallout are exploration, environmental storytelling, and the mood of the area. And those things are there in droves. However, I do miss having NPCs to interact with. I miss dialogue options. I miss, feeling like there are people and it affects them. I think it feels a little empty without settlements of people, big towns full of interesting people doing interesting things. That I miss. That's definitely something that I miss. Okay, now to the hands-on time.
Okay.
Moving on from sort of overall impressions into the nitty-gritty, as it were, the nitty-gritty. I spent a lot of time in character creation because, of course, I did. And I spent a lot of time in the vault. Surprising no one, my character looks almost exactly like my Fallout 4 character. And the vault, there was plenty of cool lore on some of the terminals. I really enjoyed reading that. But I didn't like how you couldn't really interact with any of the stuff. There was, you can't search the furniture. There was a hat on the bed in my original vault quarters, and I couldn't pick up this hat, and that just galled me. The hat is right there. Let me pick up the hat. But in this original vault, you can't really interact with any of the set dressing, and I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there are other vaults that we'll be able to explore in the game that will be fully explorable. It really bugged me that I couldn't load up on loot in the vault. I didn't like that. You just get the things that they hand you, literally on a table. They hand you a few things, and that's what you get. That's it. There were some Fallout Shelter musical riffs happening in the vault, though, and I really found that really charming. I really dug that because it's like that little song, do 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 do.
Yeah,
Fallout Shelter. I love that. it was really neat hearing that in the vault.
Right on.
Yeah. Let's see.
So
I Go ahead.
let's just quickly check in with the chat here because we've got some more comments coming in. So Feldon Woodwin is asking how lonely it feels. I think that you kind of alluded to that, that it's a little bit of a shell. But our internet mom, Wendy, thinks that this is, the loneliness is something that will maybe go away with time. She is saying that maybe people, once they get their settlements together, it won't feel so lonely.
Maybe.
And I'm kind of thinking that I kind of agree with her a little bit in the sense that the beta is not long enough for us to truly establish a community.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really curious to see what it's going to be like when when this is out full access.
Me too.
Yeah. So, but she's also asking, how could they deny you a hat, internet daughter?
I know, right? Really. So here's something else that really bothered me. You can't seem to like pick up items. Like you can pick up an item and add it to your inventory, but you can't pick it up and have it suspended in front of you.
Oh.
Or if you can, I haven't found the way to do that yet.
Okay.
And that's a really important thing to me. But I guess with the online, maybe you can't do that. Like, I don't know. But it bothers me a lot.
That's weird.
Because I had found something and I wanted to show it to the person I was playing with, and I couldn't lift it up. I just wanted to lift it up and be like, hey, look. And it wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
I hope that somebody who played. So when you play the beta, Shaline, you're gonna have to educate me on this. Does Bethesda ask you for feedback? Do they send you some sort of survey that's tied to your code?
No, they just ask you to provide the feedback to their social media.
Okay.
They're involved in the Reddit threads that are about the beta, and there's of course the Bethesda.net forums. Their Facebook page, their Twitter page.
We should just tell them to watch episode 10 of that Fallout show.
Yes, we'll just post this to them, like, please.
I'll just edit out the time that I spent roasting my purchase experience.
No, they need to hear that too. That's also important feedback. Fix this.
Oh my goodness.
So, you can't seem to change the Pip-Boy color, which I do not like.
Mm-hmm.
I always change my Pip-Boy color.
What color do you change your Pip-Boy to?
I pick a different one every game.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But the thing is, I just want it to be something that's a little more gentle in terms of using the Pip-Boy as a lamp. That's
right.
Because the green light is horrible. And in Fallout 76, it's sort of yellow, the Pip-Boy, sort of yellow.
Well, and actually, that would be really cool to be able to customize the color of your Pip-Boy and its light, because then you'd be able to identify who is who.
Yes, that's Vendor over there with the blue light, and there's Rick with the purple light. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has floating names, but I'm the type of person that doesn't like to play with floating names. I hope that that's an option that I can turn that off.
I don't know.
Probably not.
But I to me, being able to change the Pip-Boy is a no-brainer. Like, why can't we change our Pip-Boy color?
Mm-hmm.
That's just bonkers to me. I'm having a hard time getting used to the map. The map is no longer part of the Pip-Boy, which is a good thing. The Pip-Boy map was awful. The Pip-Boy map has never been good.
It had to be somewhere else for this type of game.
But now it's like a map, like a colorful map.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful map, but I keep looking for it in the Pip-Boy and not finding it. So I guess that was some more impressions, but now it's story time, guys.
Okay.
So I was playing Fallout 76. I built my character. I combed through every little inch of the vault, and then I left the vault. And it was that, the vault door opens, the sun shines in, my character steps out, and I hear shooting, right? So nearby, somebody's having some fisticuffs. And I'm like, oh man, I bet it's these enemies that are at the bottom of the stairs. I should go help this person fight these enemies.
Right.
So I walk down the stairs, and who do I see but Archon? Our very own Archon was at the bottom of the stairs. And he told me that when he started playing, it gave him the option to either adventure on his own or play with someone you know. And he had joined my world. But to me, since I didn't know he had joined my world, it felt like I just bumped into him outside the vault.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hey, I know you.
Hey, friend.
Like, how you go to Walmart? I don't know if it's like this for you, like in other places of the world. But where I live, you cannot go to Walmart without seeing somebody that you know, right? You just can't. I went to Walmart last weekend, and I saw my science teacher from high school. Had a good old chat. Like, you cannot go to Walmart without seeing somebody you know.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
That's how it felt. Like, oh yeah, I can't go to Vault 76 without bumping into some of your friends. And there was Archon down there. So I wave at him, and he waves back. And I try to talk, and we figured out voice chat, and so we went on adventures, and it was great. Just went on adventures with Archon. We went to this fairgrounds area, and we ran into these two other guys, and they were like very nervous guys, right? They were very nervous. They had they had claimed this place that was like a resource settlement. And I think they thought we wanted to take it from them.
Oh, see, that's the kind of mentality that I'm hoping to avoid.
They were kind of being a little aggressive. And I found that the best reaction to aggressiveness in Fallout 76 is to vomit on their shoes. There's a wheel of emotes, and one of them you can use to vomit on your shoes.
Oh, that's great.
I threw up on them, and then after that they were friendly, and one of them offered to trade with me. He had so much gear. I was looking at his cool stuff, and Archon went and took some of the metal that was being mined up in their settlement.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was great. They left us alone, and we went on our merry way, and we went off into the fairgrounds and found some cool teddy bears. We were building up a teddy bear collection. We had some really fun times in that fairground area.
So when you guys discovered each other, did you jump on like a Discord call, or?
We were just using the Xbox live chat, just the in-game.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
I think it was the proximity chat.
Proximity chat.
We didn't even like make a party or anything.
Okay.
It was just a proximity chat, I think.
That's cool.
We did team up. You can offer someone to be in a team, and then they can accept or not.
Okay.
And we did team up so that we could like share quest rewards and stuff.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, we looted stuff. We found some cute Easter eggs. I found a little candy striper dress, and it was cool. It was really fun. And we thought, like, let's just go to the first main story quest marker. And it took us the whole 4 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Because we kept getting sidetracked. We found this house that was full of super mutants. And it was like two little houses. It was like a main house and then a little shed.
Like a pre-war house?
Yes. Yeah. Just
cool.
like some buildings with super mutants in them. And it was great. Like, right, we're creeping up on them, and we're almost to this house, and I needed to use the phone, and I'm like, Archon, like I'll be right back. I gotta take this call. So I'm using my phone, and I hear in the distance some gunshots, and I'm like, Archon has engaged with the enemy.
Yeah.
And so I finish on the phone. I go back into the game, and I'm like, oh hey, how's it going? And I see his health is just totally gone. And I'm like, oh,
oh no, what happened?
Are you dead? And he's like, well, you could revive me in about 6 if you could get here in 17 seconds. So I sprint over there, and there's this huge mutant standing over him. And I like slide in and jab him in the leg with a stim pack. And Archon gets up and he's like, run! This huge mutant is just like trying to turn me into putty, and I'm like backpedaling backwards. Both my arms are broken. I'm like trying to shoot this mutant. It was terrible, but we did come out of that triumphant. It was great.
Oh man, I love those last minute saves. We used to be so good at that in PUBG.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Cool.
And we continued on our way to the first quest marker. And on the way, we bumped into a timed event. Help a Mr. Messenger.
Okay.
So Mr. Messenger is a Mr. Handy robot. This one was sitting on the highway, right? He's sitting on the highway. And he's like, oh, hello, sir. Can you please help me? Some hooligans have taken one of my parts.
So I have a question. When you walked up to him, did you engage in dialogue then?
I don't remember.
Or was it
Archon,
just
did
sort
we
of
have to click
auto?
on him, or does he just talk?
Because I wonder if the bots that are part of the quest line.
Click on them and then they talk.
Okay, and then if you click on them again, maybe they just repeat the same thing or something.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, he says, this hooligan knocked off my parts, and we're like, sure, we'll help you get your parts. And he says, they're right there. They're right there down the road. I've been looking at them this whole time. So Archon goes, grabs the part, installs it on the robot. The Mr. Handy lifts up, and he's like, hey, if you guys, I would be sure to see you rewarded if you would help me deliver my message. And we're like, great, Stephen Russell, that sounds fantastic. Let's do it. So he sets off. We're following him to protect him. And we get ambushed by like 8 billion protectrons. It was awful. Just so many protectrons, and what are they called? iBots. There were a bunch of iBots.
Yes, there's iBots.
Yeah.
Oh, I love iBot. I don't think there was enough iBots in Fallout 4.
No, there were definitely not. They didn't even add them until Automatron, I don't think. Archon says that he just talked, and we progressed it by installing the part. There was no.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So we're escorting him. We finally, we beat up all the robots. We're carrying on. We follow him. We get to this house, right? And the robot goes up to the door, like knocks on the door, and it's like, hello, I have a very important message to deliver for you. I am from the electric company, and your utilities will be shut off if you do not pay off a balance of $2,342 by October 29th.
That's so great.
It was so great. That is Fallout right there. Fallout.
Yeah.
So we're at this house, and we're like, hey, we may as well explore this house, huh? And the house, there's this menacing growling coming from this house. Like, it's very spooky, and I'm scared. And I'm like, Archon, I'm scared. And he's like, I don't know what that is. He's like, maybe it's a bear? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm scared of it. So Archon goes around the back of the house, right? And he opens the door and shouts that it's dogs. And we had encountered these feral dogs earlier, right?
Oh, okay.
They're the same feral dogs that we've been fighting for years now, but they're somehow much more terrifying. Like, they're more aggressive.
Okay.
The animations have really improved. They're so spooky. I hate the feral dogs now. Like, oh goodness.
It's funny when I think back to Fallout 4 and when that launched, I remember you talking about how scary the feral ghouls were.
Yes, I feel the same way.
How much scarier they were.
Yes, I feel the same way about the dogs. And we had already encountered these dogs earlier in the game, so I knew how scared I was, right? So I open the front door of the house and peek in, and I see the open back door where Archon had let the other dogs out. I hear them barking and him fighting. So I shut the door behind me, and I walk over and I shut the back door, shutting myself in the house. And I tell Archon that I'm a dirty coward and I've locked myself in the house
And we both
And he tells
we both know that if this was real life, that's exactly what would happen.
Yes, yes, it is. And he tells me, Shaline, there are more in the house.
Get out of the
And
house.
as he says that, I hear like bark, 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 and I turn and there are 3 dogs running at me around the corner. And I jump on the couch and I'm fighting these dogs, and I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And Archon comes back in and like saves my beacon. I had killed one of the dogs. The other 2 were just like chewing my ankle off. And Archon comes back in and helps me beat these dogs. It was so funny.
Oh my God, Anastasia says, I'm way more jumpy about what's going on around me now because I'm worried some 12-year-old's going to drop a nuke on me at any second.
It's understandable.
So just going back on that, like how was the feel with other people around? Was it nerve-wracking?
You know,
Were you in PUBG mode?
I was never very scared of the people, but we were low level. So I feel like I really can't comment on that too much until I've played more at a higher level, because PvP is impossible before you hit level 5. So I think I hit level 5 by the end of the experience. But
well, I'm just gonna stay level 1 forever then.
Yeah. Somebody who asked about weapons.
Wendy, yeah.
So I was using a pipe pistol mostly. There were also some melee weapons. It's just standard fare for low level Fallout. Walking canes and combat knife. I found a Bowie knife, but I was too low level to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was a board, I think, that was an option. I found a 10 millimeter one time.
Okay.
There was a hunting rifle. Standard fare for low level Fallout.
I would like to point out, I don't know what kind of edition you purchased, but I bought the Tricentennial Edition.
Yes, me too. I bought the power armor.
So with the Tricentennial Edition, you get power armor customization for T51, 4560, and the X01 power armors. You also get Tricentennial weapon customization for the 10mm pistol, hatchet, and laser rifle. You get a spectacularly handsome Fallout Boy mascot head. And a patriotic Uncle Sam outfit, as well as a celebratory Vault Boy saluting emote that you can use in game. And all of those things, those are items obviously that you get in the game. You're not just gonna get a giant crate of all these cool stuff in real life. So, and I don't know what the other editions are like, but you can
Standard
get some pretty
edition,
good.
I don't think comes with anything special.
Mm-mm.
And the Power Armor Edition, I think, comes with everything that the Tricentennial Edition has, plus a cool hat.
That's cool.
A cool IRL hat.
Yeah. So how does it work with the digital orders then? Do they
What do
just
you mean?
do they just send you the extra, like the poster and the?
Oh no, I didn't order a digital version. I ordered a physical version. Yeah. So I'll be getting a big old box of
Stuff.
Yeah, a big old crate. I should do an unboxing video.
You should. Yeah, you should.
So Joseph asks, did any of the weapons have special requirements in addition to a level requirement? I didn't notice anything like that, but I did notice level requirements on weapons and armor as well. And speaking of armor, you can equip armor, but then still be wearing your candy striper dress visually. So that's very nice. I enjoy that.
Interesting.
So I just had a little bit more story to go. I know I've gone on a long time, but it's been
keep
a long
going. It's
time
good.
since I've gotten to tell Fallout stories, you guys. So we clear out this house with the dogs, right? Archon saves my bacon, and he finds like a good hat, gives me the hat, because he's a gentleman. Archon's a gentleman.
He is.
Gave me a fisherman hat, and I was happy. And we're exploring these houses because there are about 4 houses in the area. And we're just looting, looking around, talking about what we're finding. And and we read each other the notes that we find.
Mm-hmm.
And the corpse, the corpses that left these notes are all talking about the all of the great loot that they have that's stored in the silo storage. So we're like, well, I guess we need to find the silo storage now, don't we?
Yeah.
So we find the grain silos and we make our way down there, and we're both kind of circling around the building, looking for a way in, and we find the door. The door requires a lockpick of a higher level than either of us is capable of doing.
Dang it.
We find a little hole in the wall, and I'm able to get the stuff out of a toolbox nearby, just reaching through this little hole.
That's awesome.
But it's not a big enough hole that we can get through. And finally, I give up. I'm like, okay, Archon, I guess that I'm going to go back up to those houses, see if I can find the key to this place so we can get in. So I head up to look for the key. And we had noticed through the window that this shed contained a set of power armor.
What?
A set of power armor. Yes.
Oh, my
we were
Lanta.
so excited. And that's why we were so determined to get into this shed.
Right.
And I'm heading my way back up to look at these houses and see if I can find the keys. The field between the houses and the shed was just full of blood bugs and bloat flies. And poor Archon got well acquainted with how much of a doofus I can be. I was just walking along with like trails of bugs behind me. And he just come behind like killing the bugs. It was terrible.
That sounds about right.
I know, right? I know.
And Sea of Thieves, it's a bunch of skeletons. Oh, man.
So while I'm heading up looking for this key, I hear, I glitched through the wall!
What?
And I get down there, and Archon has done the old Fallout 4 trick of using the workbench through a hole in the wall. And when you activate the workbench, it just warped him through the wall.
Yes.
Into the room, and he's like, "Yes, power armor." And I'm like,
"But how did he get out?
Can you get out?"
Yeah.
And
he's like, "Nope," and I'm totally okay with it.
Nope. So finally what he did was he looted the place and got in the power armor and then fast traveled to where I was.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Because you can fast travel to your teammates.
Out of buildings, I guess. Yes. Okay.
So we had the power armor, we had the power. And we had both crested level 5 by then. So PvP was an option, and we were scared that we were going to lose all our stuff because we had so many things. So we sprinted to that first quest marker where there's a stash chest, and stashes are where you can put your things and they'll be safe.
Okay. So I have a question. Can you build a vault?
I don't think so, to my knowledge.
Are there vaults that you can explore?
I haven't found them yet. I'm hoping that there are because I love vaults. Vaults are part of the Fallout DNA.
Well, I mean, you can't put the vault door behind Fallout 76 and not have vaults in the game.
Yeah, I really hope that there are some lovely and diabolical vaults in this game.
Yeah.
We can explore. Joshy asks, are we able to break windows like glass? I don't think so, no. I'm pretty sure that you cannot break the glass.
But you couldn't break glass in Fallout 4, could you?
I don't think so, no. I don't think you could break glass in any games. Joseph says, will the vaults by default have to be failed experiments or just mutated messes? I think either of those things are an option.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, it sounds like you had a lot of fun, and it was really cool that you ran into Archon.
Yeah, that was fun. It was cool.
Well, let's get into some gameplay from our viewers, Shaline. How do you feel about that?
Let's do.
So last week we had that Fallout challenge, that Fallout Show gameplay challenge, where we asked people to email in or tweet us your Fallout Halloween costumes IRL. And I've got a lovely little collage of photos here. Let me just make it a little bit bigger so you can see a little better. So this one comes from Spectra237, goes by at N8Chick on Twitter. And they say, I'm probably not dressing up as anything Fallout related for Halloween, but I'm sure you can appreciate my 76 inspired pumpkin. And
I think it's fabulous.
for audio listeners, they have a 2 photos, one photo of the pumpkin with flash and one without flash, and the pumpkin is all lit up inside. And it's the vault door with the numbers 7 and 6 on it for Fallout 76. That's pretty cool. What's the next one? Let's go to the next one here. Uh-oh. I think
What did you do, Vendor?
I'm supposed to have all of them, but they're not all here. Give me a second. Let me just open all of them. Okay, so we've got this one, who is from Chicky Cosplay. Yeah, you want to tell us a bit about that one, Shaline?
I can't read that at all. But
So she's
Cosplay sent us a bunch of entries. I picked my favorite, and you should go visit the hashtag TFS challenge and see the rest. Chicky is an amazing Fallout cosplayer.
Yeah, she's pretty rad. She, for our audio listeners, she is in a looks like what to be a custom made Fallout Vault-Tec Fallout suit. And she's got some Nuka cap glasses on her head with a red bandana in her beautiful blonde hair with a Pip-Boy on her arm and a Nuka, what is that? A Nuka zapper?
Mm-hmm.
In her right hand. And she's leaning up against what looks to be a bank vault door.
Fantastic.
It's pretty rad. It's pretty awesome. Thank you
I'm
for
a
sharing
big fan
that.
of Chicky.
Yeah. And the next one is from Co-op in Crime. And they are taking, it looks like they're having some sort of pre-Halloween party. Pumpkin carving party, probably. And some of them are in their Halloween costume. There's pumpkins on the counter, and she's holding a toy gun at a pumpkin that is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And she says...
And isn't that the... Go ahead.
In her tweet, she says, looking for my other old pics, but here is some of me in college dressed in F3 Merc adventurer outfit shooting a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
So Fallout 3, I assume, F3.
Yes.
That's cool. What were you going to say, Shaline?
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, isn't that the Merc outfit?
Right. And this next one comes from... Oh, we don't have the handle for it.
That one is Lee Benjamin. I don't know what his handle is, but his name is Lee Benjamin.
Lee Benjamin.
And Twitter cropped his photo weird, so you don't get to see the really amazing laser pistol that he has.
Oh, I see it. It's kind of down here in the bottom corner. That's cool. Well, he's got an awesome Fallout lanyard and a Nuka-Cola shirt on. Looks like he's at some sort of convention. And he tweeted at us, for Halloween, I may wear my Fallout cosplay from DragonCon 2018. Check out my public photo albums on Facebook. And I assume that, is this his cosplay? No.
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
He's got the amazing props.
Yeah.
They're really...
He's got the props.
He's good people.
And he's got a pretty awesome Wastelander hat on as well. That one we've already seen. And this is the final one. And I don't know, this is Tinky Cosplay?
Right. That one came in via email.
And so why don't you describe that one for our audio listeners?
Oh my gosh, it's an incredible cosplay picture. I can't see it very good. It's very small, Vendor.
I will make it bigger.
Okay. So he's on a motorcycle in a vault suit, just wreathed in flame, with a lady behind him also in cosplay holding a laser pistol. It's just incredible. It's really, really good.
Yeah, some very good Photoshop skills went into that cosplay. Thank you guys for submitting your challenges. And have we got another one on the docket?
Yes. Since the beta is open to everyone, Let's see your beta screenshots. Have fun with photo mode. Photo mode has tons of filters. It has just it has different frames you can use. You can mess with your player's expression and pose. I want to see your Fallout 76 beta photo mode screenshots.
Awesome. How can people submit a challenge photo?
The very best way is to submit it on Twitter using the hashtag TFSChallenge. TFSChallenge. You can also tag us in it, That Fallout Show. And that is the absolute best way to guarantee that we will see it and be able to include it on the show. Try and get those in by Thursday night. Alternately, you could email them. We might overlook it if you email it in.
Mm-hmm.
We will almost certainly overlook it if it comes in via Facebook or Discord, because the posts just get buried. The nature of those
Yeah. And a big shout out to Cheeky Cosplay, who just arrived in the chat room.
Oh, yay.
So welcome.
Yay.
And thank you for submitting your challenge photo.
Indeed. We love Chicky.
Yeah. And we've got some Pip-Board stuff this week. Yeah?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to mention that in Fallout 76, almost immediately, you have access to a new Pip-Boy game called Nuka Tapper, a new holotape game.
Oh.
It's called Nuka Tapper, so that's a fun new arcade game that is eligible for the Pip-Board. So if you want to make a mark on the Pip-Board, go ahead and submit your Nuka Tapper high score with a screenshot.
Cool.
And you can do that with hashtag Pip-Board.
Okay, great. Awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to play all the in-game games. I think it's going to be really great. So that's our gameplay challenge for this fortnight. Don't forget to submit your challenges for the next That Fallout show, coming to you in 2 weeks, and we're going to have a lot more to talk about then, just as much as we do now. So we hope that you join us again in 2 weeks. But that's not the end of the show. We've got some emails coming down the pipeline, and why don't I take this first one?
Why don't you?
So this one comes from somebody. It doesn't say who. And it says that
Really?
there are pictures attached.
It was M. Klimpa, I think.
Oh, okay.
Shoot, and I forgot about the pictures.
Well, they say, "Hey gang, I wanted to submit a small new item from the next episode of That Fallout show. I don't know if anyone is a fan of racing, but Christopher Bell's NASCAR Xfinity Series car is sponsored by GameStop, and they ran a Fallout 76 paint scheme in their race at the Charlotte this past weekend. It was complete with Fallout-themed driving suit." And they've attached some pictures, but I don't think that we have those queued
I've pulled up the picture. I can't put it on the stream because Vendor's running the stream.
Can you drag and drop it into the show notes?
It's of a driver named Christopher Bell, a NASCAR driver. The car is a NASCAR, and it has that three vault boys on the hood, and it's in Fallout Blue. And
I've got it here.
Is a vault suit style.
So let me just pull it up here on the display capture. There we go.
And this email came from Matthew.
Yeah, so this is the car. It's pretty cool. He's got there's some 3 little vault boys on the back end there. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that email. And we've got another one here, or actually we've got a couple.
This is just one more.
Oh, it's just one really long story. Okay, here we go.
Yes, I would like to read it, please.
Okay.
Hello, Rick, Shaline, and Vendortron. Congrats on starting the first ever Fallout podcast. You guys perform as if you had 60 or more episodes under your belt. Look, folks, you got creds and respect from all of us, and I am by all means an old dude playing these games, like Bill Gates old. Fallout is my go-to game, and I have tried many over the years. I have played computer games since before they had pictures or video, no joke. I still remember when games like King's Quest and Leisure Suit Larry took the industry by storm. Thank you, Sierra. So here's my reason for writing. I believe the influx of extroverts into the gaming world, bringing online gaming to the level of popularity that it now has achieved, is a problem for those of us who are the bread and butter of the gaming community. My hope with the new Fallout was that they would do like others have done and give an option for their longtime followers to play and enjoy in our style,
Yeah.
like GOW4 and so many others have done. Leaving single player out is leaving us out. And I think we, you and I, are fooling ourselves if we think Bethesda is going to sink any money into a single player game if Fallout 76 makes them the money they expect.
Yeah.
We both know at the end of the day, the dollars that pay the stockholders' dividends drive a lot of decisions.
Yeah.
In closing, my thought is people like myself are no longer going to look forward to new releases, but have to troll the surplus of old games played and not yet tried for games we can play over and over again, as there will be no new product available unless we wish to become somebody we are not. Please do not misunderstand my words. I have worked in retail and other jobs with people all day for longer than any of you have been alive. But at the end of the day, I look forward to no longer talking with anybody.
Yeah.
My words are all used up. And as
Yeah.
an introvert, I recharge with solitude, a little time in a book, an album, or some game time. My people may not run the world, but we are a large percentage of it and are often forced by society to perform and function in environments designed for and by extroverts. That is not a complaint, stating a fact as it's the nature of civilization. This, however, is different. We, introverts, are primarily responsible for this entire industry and are being cut out slowly like death by 1,000 slices.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I have tried several online games, both with my son and with people I do not know. Not my thing. I believe that as long as people who like single-player games continue to conform and give money and time to these new ventures, there will be no reason for these companies to make any products for people like me. And I do not think I am alone. Thanks for your time, Jim Skwikowski. P.S. I assume you all get paid to sell or promote Fallout 76 and cannot disrespect it on the air. And hopefully you can find a way of voicing these thoughts and still maintaining your integrity to the people that pay you. If you think what I said makes any sense.
Okay. First of all, we are not endorsed by Bethesda. We are not
They wouldn't even let me
paid.
into E3, guys.
We are
They
not
wouldn't even let me
paid to promote Fallout 76 in any way, shape, or form. I think
Don't answer our email.
I spent 25 minutes today roasting the Bethesda stores. So I love Fallout. I love the Fallout franchise. I have the same concerns that you do, Jim. I do. I really do. And I am a little bit of a pessimist in this regard, in that I feel that Bethesda has designed Fallout 76, one, to satisfy their shareholders, and two, because it's built on the same Fallout 4 engine, and it was the quickest way to make them more money for the least amount of work. And this is why we are not seeing NPCs, custom dialogue written in, because that takes more time. And it would take them a lot more time to build it the way that we actually want it. We probably wouldn't see an actual Fallout game, I would wager, for another 2 years. So
2 years?
maybe 3.
More years.
Yeah. So I think
Try 8 more years, maybe.
I think, like, I don't know, like, this is it. The system is perfectly designed to produce the results that it does. And this is a product of not what the original historical players of the Fallout franchise actually want. So I don't know. I hear Todd Howard saying that we like to listen to our fans and we listen to the community. And when I see a product like this, I really don't think that is true entirely. So I don't know. What do you think, Shaline?
Okay, well, I would like to tell Jim that I absolutely can empathize with him here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It may sound disingenuous because I am on a podcast right now, but I'm not really a people person. I don't like people. Like I struggle.
Yeah.
I get anxious. I don't cope well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it took a long time, just to get where I could like do this. But I'll tell you that when I found out, I was very happy to play Fallout 76 with Archon. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed that.
He's like, what am I, chopped liver?
But finding out that someone could just join my game without my consent was a little shocking to me.
Yeah.
And it made me feel pretty glad that I had been lazy about adding back people that followed me on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it made me glad that my friends list is not, you know, enormous, and that there wouldn't just be people popping in all the time. I understand not wanting to necessarily be with people all the time. I feel sometimes I need to like prepare myself to interact with other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was
I agree completely. I'm somewhat of a misanthrope when it comes to people. Like, I love my friends and I love my family, but when it comes to the general public, I get very anxious and very frustrated quite easily at how people have little to no respect for anything on our planet. And gaming for me is an outlet to take control over my own world. You know, if I want to go into my house in Fallout 4 and pick up all the garbage that somebody left, you know, knowing that when I pick it up, there's not going to be more garbage there later the next day, I can do that and I don't have to worry about it. So it's definitely an outlet. It's therapeutic. I sympathize completely. Yeah.
So I have a little bit more to comment on this email. I will say that I think there is a solid single player experience here as well. Even though it is always online, those two guys were like the only people that we ran into in 4 hours, and everybody was leaving the vault at the same time. You know, everybody was leaving the vault at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we were spread across the map yet.
How many people would you say left with you?
I didn't see anyone leaving the vault with me. I ran into Archon.
Oh.
And then we saw those two guys at the fairgrounds, and that was it. That was it. So it's not like they're always in your face.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the beta was a unique moment because everybody's starting their first character at the same time. So presumably we're all leaving pretty close to each other. But I didn't run into a lot of people. So I do think there is still a solid single player experience here.
Yeah.
I will be playing more single player in the future. I will be playing more multiplayer in the future, and I'll offer some contrast there. I do think that Bethesda is still interested in single player experiences, in creating single player experiences.
Yeah,
I think the gaming industry is still interested in that. You know, the Red Dead Redemption has got a huge single player campaign. My mom, I think, is playing it right now. I'm so jealous.
I love your mom. You tell her that I said hi.
I will. She'll say hi back. She loves you. And yeah, I just, there are a lot of amazing single player experiences that are still coming out. And I think Bethesda won't be deaf to that. And finally, I would like to just clarify, like, we have never been paid by Bethesda. We actually are pretty invisible to them. They won't even sell us a copy of Fallout 4. They wouldn't let me into E3. Like, we are not earning any money of any kind from this podcast. Frankly, this podcast costs us money to create.
But Bethesda, if you're listening,
if you would like to pay us money,
we would love to talk. We would love to sit at a table and talk.
We Just Love Games. Info at We Just Love Games. I feel a little flattered that he thinks we're good enough to get paid by Bethesda for this.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Quality, Shaline, quality.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your email. And if you would like to send us emails like Jim and other listeners, all you got to do is send us an email at info@wejustlovegames.com. And don't forget to leave your salutation so we know who you are and we can shout you out on the show. Shaline, do you have any closing remarks?
Well, let's see. Do you want to start The Young and the Council?
I am ready to start it if you're ready to start it.
Wait a minute. What time? The time you've posted there, I hope it does not conflict with the time of the beta.
Oh, the beta's on
Hold on,
Sunday?
let me check. There's a beta on Saturday and a beta on Sunday. I may stream one of those. I don't know, depending on how I feel.
Okay.
I've been dealing with some things.
The beta's coming out on Sunday. Why don't we just put that off for a bit?
On Sunday, let's see, in actual time, that's going to be 10 to noon on Sunday.
For the beta?
On Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I could do 1 p.m. the council.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, we got to play the beta. Is it a PC beta?
No, it's only the Xbox beta.
Oy.
So I could finish and then have an hour break and then do the council with you.
Okay. Well, if that's enough lunchtime for you, I'm totally game to game.
Yeah.
All right, so you heard it here, folks. We're going to live up to the expectation. The Young and the Council, we will air on Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. The first episode of The Young and the Council, which will feature gameplay of the game from The Council, the episodic indie series.
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. And so keep an eye out for that. We will send out tweets and things. And if you would like to find us on Twitter, you can find us at That Fallout Show. And you can also find us at We Just Love Games. You can find Rick at Rick McVick. You can find Shaline at Shaline L. And you can find Vendertron at Vendertron N. That is me. If you would like to join us next Friday for another awesome episode of GameStack Podcast, you can join us right here at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's at twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. And I'm sure that we're going to have more to talk about, slightly Fallout related, but not so Fallout related, because it is more general gaming. But you can find us, once again, you can email us at info@WeJustLoveGames. And don't forget, if you want to find us on YouTube, you can do that as well. youtube.com/WeJustLoveGames. Please like and subscribe our videos to our channel, and find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. You can also find our show at iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, as well as YouTube, as I mentioned, and coming soon to Google Alexa, I believe.
Yeah, and today we got email notifications that we're on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio? Yes, I love it. Don't forget to leave us a review on iTunes, 5-star review, shout out, and a little comment. We always love to mention those at the beginning of the show. We record live every other Friday at 6:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to check out our other shows and the streams as we can. And once again, thank you so much for listening. Shaline, do you have any last words?
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Good night, guys.
Shaline, Rick, Vendertron, take us on a trip. Radiation glowing, mutants all around. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but we know no matter what, we'll always have the time. Talk about the wastelands, talk about the Lord, talk about surviving radiation storms, talk about the doubts, talk about the fears, talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.